Hey you guys, what's up? It's your girl Cree. Welcome back to another video. If you guys are new, welcome to the channel. I hope that you guys decide to stay. If you do, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and join the gang. If you find that you enjoy the content while you are watching, please hit the like button for your girl. With no further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into this video. I'm trying to pump out some videos to keep you guys fed through this winter storm. So wherever you are, sit back, relax, and let me handle all the work. Enjoy the video.
Yes, you wonder where I've been. I came back to let you know.
The topic of this video all came about because there was a fragrance that I decided to declutter that I knew would leave people scratching their heads or shake the table, so to speak. And that fragrance is the infamous Delicia de Marshmallow. Yes, I decluttered that in one of my last videos and I knew it would gain a lot of questions. And I decluttered that particular fragrance. I added another, but I didn't tell you guys what that fragrance was. But in today's video, we're gonna talk about that fragrance and all of the fragrances that I feel like have been compared to said fragrance. We're gonna get into it all in this video. We're gonna settle it once and for all. So if that sounds good to you guys, sounds good to me, let's get into it. So in today's video, we are going to get into a new fragrance that I just added to my collection as of probably December. And I've had it for some months now. I've spent some time with it. I started out in a travel size and I moved on up from there. And I definitely have some thoughts. So we're just going to get into it. The fragrance that booted Delicia de Marshmallow out of the way and made its way in its spot is none other than Deadcool's Mochi Milk. I feel like this has low-key had the internet in shambles. I have heard a lot of things, mixed reviews, different feelings about Mochi Milk, but I've seen a lot of reviews, I'll say. I don't think I've heard a whole lot on the internet. I've heard a little bit, but I've seen a lot of reviews like on Fragrantica and other sites. But I just want to get into it and give you guys my thoughts because a lot of people have asked me my thoughts about it since I mentioned that I picked this up. And yeah, I have been waiting to do a dedicated review on just this. So we're going to get into it today and all its comparisons and all the things. So yeah, we have Deadcool Mochi Milk right here. And I'm going to give you guys the notes. Mochi Milk has top notes of marshmallow, peach, and incense. In the mid, they have vanilla bean, milk, rice, and jasmine. And then in the base, they have white musk, Australian sandalwood, and amber. So I am going to grab me a tester real quick. And I'm going to also spray it on skin as well. So I'm going to spray this right here. Okay. And I'm going to spray it here on this tester. First things first. You smell Mochi Milk immediately in the air when you spray it. Like, you know how sometimes somebody will go in with the spray and you're like, I wonder if they smell it in the air. I do. I smell this immediately in the air, wafting. I don't even have to go like to this, like this, and smell it. This smells amazing in the air. It smells beautiful, as it does on my skin. When Mochi Milk first opens up, and again, I don't know these notes by heart yet, you guys, but I just know I immediately smell a burst of fruitiness. It smells like that peach. You get a creamy, bright, fuzzy peach, juicy, ripe peach right off the bat. Very beautiful. And there's a creaminess that immediately follows it. I love that. Almost like peaches and cream. That's the vibe that I get. So pretty. It's so vibrant and bright. But it's also very creamy. And to me, like, even though this is like a marshmallow scent, I get a lot of the vanilla bean. I don't get marshmallow in the sense of like, ooh, it smells like ooey gooey marshmallow. Like, I don't really get that. I really get like just a creaminess, like a fluffiness, like a fluffy cloud of scent, if that makes sense. I don't get like realistic marshmallow, like, ooh, it's a marshmallow scent, guys. I get that like texture wise, the texture of a marshmallow, but I get a whole lot of the vanilla bean. It's like peaches and cream. To me, this is like a peaches and cream scent and it's so beautiful. What I will say in my wearing experience, because no, this is not my first time wearing this fragrance. The fragrance does not last very long on the skin, not at all. It's very disappointing if I'm being honest. Yeah, it's a beautiful scent profile. I love it. I just wish it lasted longer. I mean, I don't believe I would smell this on my skin longer than 2 hours, to be honest. But it's beautiful. I could barely smell it on this tester, but I could smell it in the air. When it dries down, I smell, there is something a little bit green or earthy. I have to assume that that's coming from the incense, but I'm really not sure, guys. Here you go, babe. What I will say is this reminds me very much so of another fragrance. So what I will say is when I first tried this fragrance out, I was immediately put in the mind of another fragrance. Y'all know I'm good for that. This reminds me of a fragrance I already know and love, and you guys have heard me rave about it on this channel. And that fragrance is none other than Gigglepuff. Okay, this is a Middle Eastern perfume. I think it's the brand Fyi I. Guys, I had to repurchase this fragrance recently because the bottle that I bought from Amazon was not right. I recommend that you buy it from I think it's Traders World, Traders something. I will put it on here to let you know where, but that's where I recommend that you get this from. But this fragrance literally smells, to me, almost identical to Deadcool's Mochi Milk, but in my opinion, it's almost it's kind of better in my opinion. Like, if you are someone who likes Deadcool's Mochi Milk, but you want something that projects better, that lasts longer, and doesn't have that insect note, then this is the one you will want to look into. This has a similar note structure, but it has the addition of lemon. It also has some florals in there, which I think Mochi Milk has florals as well, right? I think it had jasmine. This one has gardenia. I don't really pick up the gardenia in here, but if it's there, it's very subtle and very smooth. It's done very well. Also, this has the addition of caramel. I really love this scent, and to my nose, they're incredibly close. So I would recommend, for someone who wants it and you want something comparable and that is in the budget, that you try out Gigglepuff as opposed to Deadcool Mochi Milk when it comes to. Guys, I'm gonna have to wrap up this video. If you guys enjoyed, please hit the like button for your girl. I will bring you guys another video going into a deeper comparison with these two and a couple of other fragrances that I feel like they kind of compare to. Sorry about that, guys. My son was just not having it, so I had to cut that video so we can wrap that video up. No need to continue it. We'll talk about how this compares to some other fragrances in another video that I got coming up in just a couple of days, if not the next day after I post this. So yeah, Mochi Milk for me, you guys, smells incredibly close to Gigglepuff, guys. This is my travel size. I actually already packed up my full bottle, but I got the travel size first before I picked up the full bottle. You know, I love the scent. I really do love the scent profile. This has what? Vanilla bean, marshmallow, what is it, rice? It's a rice note or something in there. I really don't even remember. And I know there's some kind of incense, because you can kind of smell some sort of like woody or incensey presence in the background, like when it dries down on your skin. It's nothing that'll like really annoy you, I don't think, but it is present and it's there. I can detect it. But ultimately, this is like a creamy, like soft, creamy, peachy vanilla scent. I think this is so pretty, but it does not last long. When I first picked it up, I actually bought a bottle and the bottle came to me leaking and it didn't spray out right. So at the time, I actually thought that the lasting power was better than it actually was, but that's because it was kind of like squirting at me instead of like spraying the way it's supposed to. So it kind of got on my clothes and on my skin, and it was lasting on me and I could smell it, and I fell in love with the scent. But then when I actually got it and it sprayed out the way that it's actually supposed to, I was like, it's kind of lacking. But in that time, I realized, like, wait a minute, this smells like something else. And that other thing was, this is unmistakably a lemon gourmand fragrance. Like, there is no denying that. So even though it does have that strong similarity to what you will find in Mochi Milk, number one, this lasts longer. It is, I would say, it's sweeter, and it just packs more of a punch, but it definitely has some different facets going on. It's got gardenia in here, it's got jasmine in here, it's got bourbon vanilla, I believe it has caramel in here. So definitely a little bit more complexity, and I just like this better. I love a lemon gourmand scent, so naturally I would love this anyway. But I was pleasantly surprised to see that Deadcool Mochi Milk was a love. Like, the scent wise, I love it. I love the scent, but the lasting power is just really not worth it. I think I paid maybe $60 for it. I cannot remember how much it cost. It may be like 80 something, and I know I got it for like 20 off. So I think I paid maybe 60. I wouldn't pay for it full price, and I wouldn't recommend anyone else do it either. I will say this is like less than 40. I think it's maybe 35 bucks. I got mine from Triple Traders. That's what I recommend that you guys would do. If you're someone who likes that scent profile of Deadcool Mochi Milk, I do recommend that you give this a try because this is the truth, y'all. And I think most people would agree. It's an affordable alternative that lasts longer and gives a little bit more complexity. So, and this is not like a super citrusy in the way of like Acro Bake or even Dolce & Gabbana Devotion. This doesn't smell like that. It's nothing screechy about this lemon in here. It's very smooth and very sweet, just like in Mochi Milk. So yeah, again, I think this is a really good alternative. It's not exact, but it's just very reminiscent. I know others have mentioned the Ellis Brooklyn, what is it called? Marshmallows. I think that it may be similar to. Yeah, I don't have that. I've never tried it, so I can't speak to it. So that's why I never have. But yeah, I think this is a really good alternative. Again, this has got the lasting power and it's got the scent profile. It's just that the peach is not going to stick around the way that Mochi Milk will. So, or the peach is not going to stick around the way it would in Mochi Milk because that does not have this lemony presence, whereas this is like a lemon forward scent. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I hope that helps. If someone was in the market for Deadcool or you have Deadcool Mochi Milk and you're like, man, I wish something lasted longer or was similar, this is what I got. And of course, remember, this is a dupe for House of Siage Hufflepuff. I've never had that fragrance. I've never bought that fragrance, but I hear that it's similar, and there are other fragrances in that same vein that we'll talk about in another video that seem to all have that common denominator. So I'm going to assume that they are quite similar. Okay, those are my thoughts. Back to the video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to always make sure you look good and smell good. And sis, make sure you do it on a budget. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.